Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. This is Gloria Cotton, and welcome to the third episode of Conversations Between Glow and God. This episode is the title is The Delicious and Complex Garlic Bulb. Have you ever gone through, and this is what I am aware of today and what I've been aware of for a while, is that sometimes I will go through something and I'm like, I got that. I learned that. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's fun, something that I've learned about life, an experience that I've had. Sometimes it's a little sticky, sometimes it's plain painful. Sometimes I'm happy and joyous when I'm going through it. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, a little confused or even living like I'm feeling like I'm living in a pressing factory of suppress, repress, depressed, oppressed, whatever, all of that. And then sometimes I am just almost knocked to the floor and unable to move because I'm overwhelmed. Then whatever I've gone through, as I'm coming out of it, as I'm getting over it, as I'm working through it, I'm like, phew, been there, done that. Let's chalk that up. Another one for the team. And then sometime later, could be a short amount of time or a long time, I'm looking at that same thing again. I'm like, I thought I learned this. Why am I going through this again? And so this is what I was going through today because I thought with all this craziness and insanity that's going on, I have mastered not letting that stuff get within me, not letting myself get to any of those stages that I've talked about before. But you know what? Here I found myself right back at it again. And so I was talking with God about it. Yo, God, what's up? And so God said to me, you know what, baby? Um, I did make the onion. So I'm understanding when people say peel back the onion. But let me tell you about you, boo boo. You are much more complex and much more delicious than an onion. I like the onion. I did a good job with that. But you are more like the bulb of garlic, with each bulb having multiple cloves. And sometimes those cloves are skinny, sometimes they're fat and juicy, sometimes they're sweet, and sometimes they're a little pungent, you know? And so the deal with God was this is the complexity that I have given and gifted you with. You're not a simple creature. You are really complex with all the deliciousness. I said in a previous episode, Baskin and Robbins has 31 flavors, and I know I got more flavor than that. And so do you. So I'm like, okay, so as I'm going through this, what is it that I can do so I am not so stuck in the muck and the mire of one of these fat and juicy or one of the skinny and kind of pungent cloves of garlic. And God said, look, here's the deal. When you are not so absorbed by your human spirit and all the temporary illusions of things that are going on, when you're stuck in that, then you're unable to connect with your divine spirit because your human spirit is noisy and it can be really strong depending upon what's going on in your world, in your life. How many buttons are pushed, how many complexities there are, how many cloves and how many bulbs even of garlic that you had. I made some chili the other day and I had like 5 different cloves of garlic that I was mincing, and man, that was good. But sometimes it's just overwhelming, right? When you're not overwhelmed by those complexities, then you can see and resonate with and operate from your divine spirit all the more. And in that is peace. And so The song that I was given, that I heard, and that I went on to play this morning is the Keith Pringle and later recorded again by Marvin Sapp song. The title of it is Perfect Peace. So I was humming that. And as I began to hum it, I began to like calm down. Because yesterday, baby, let me tell you, I was speaking with a friend of mine. The language that was coming out of my mouth was really colorful. Okay, I'm just saying. Color by Technicolor. AI ain't got nothing on me for all of the differences and nuances and shadings. But as I brought all of that with me, didn't deny any of it, didn't pretend that none of it was there, didn't pretend that not one little sliver of it was not there. Really looking at all of it, then and but with the eye of what is permanence, what is longevity, what is the foreverness, not just the temporariness of it, then I was operating more and more from my divine spirit. That song, Perfect Peace, was in my mind, and then I listened to it. And then as I listened to it the second time, I was feeling more and more calm, more grounded, more not out of control, more, this is, I got this. And whatever's going on, I am not overwhelmed by it. It is not who I am. It is something I'm going through. It's an experience I'm having. It does not describe who I am. All of those groundings, centeredness, thoughts came to me in feelings. And then it went from that song, Perfect Peace, into Byron Cage's song. I'm going to have to look at the name of it. The presence of the Lord is here. Wait a moment. Whole different energy, pulsating. Come on, get on up and dance. And that's what I did. I got on up out of my chair. I was moving around, grooving, bopping to it, got on up and danced. My energy was just totally rising. And then from that, I went back to the calmness of the third song, which is It Is Well With My Soul, which was written by Horatio Spafford way long time ago. The man wrote that song, he penned that song after his child was killed, and I think his wife too. So no matter what you're going through, if you're allowing your divine spirit to lead you, to totally surround you, to surround you and whatever temporary thoughts and feelings you might be having, it's going to be all right. Because you know what? You're God's kid. And that certainty, that peace, wow, what a gift that is. So I encourage you to think about those things. You might try listening to one of those three songs or all three of them or whatever, whatever art comes to you that will usher in those feelings of centeredness, of groundedness, of deliciousness of your complexity without the pungentness or with the pungent, but it's not overwhelming. That's all I got for you today. Take care. Bye-bye.